Hi, I'm Mark Glasgold. I'm a facial plastic surgeon in Princeton, New Jersey. I'm very excited to have been chosen for the top doctors. Last year, I was chosen as one of the 3 best facelift surgeons in New Jersey by Plastic Surgeons Select, and being acknowledged for practicing what has been my lifelong passion has been extremely gratifying. I've been doing facelifts and facial cosmetic surgery for over 20 years. So I began practice with my father. He had been in practice for 20 years, and then my brother joined us 8 years later. So now my father is retired, and it's me and my brother, and we work together, and we have a great practice in Princeton. The operation that I've put the most effort into developing in my 20 years is facelifts. When I came out, I had learned sort of the standard facelift at the time, which is called a SMAS facelift, and then it was a time that an operation called deep plane facelifts were just getting started. I went out and I learned the operation, and I started doing it, because that's how we become better at things. At this point, I've done over 1,000 deep plane facelifts, and while I can do any type of facelift, the deep plane facelift is the most technically complex surgery. I find that every time I do a different type of facelift, something that I don't think is as effective, the patients are disappointed with the result, and I'm disappointed with the result. So what I've worked on over the years is really trying to make a deep plane facelift an operation that patients can get through in a manner that they often think is like a mini facelift. So we don't use dressings and drains, we don't use general anesthesia, patients are exercising within a week. So I think that what I can do better than anybody is this very complex operation called a deep plane facelift, and get them back and functioning and in their life in a very reasonable short period of time. The reason I like doing a deep plane facelift is that over the years it has proven to be the most long-lasting and the most natural-looking surgery that I can perform. A common misunderstanding I hear from patients is that you need to go to a big city like New York to get the best surgeons. I've chosen to live in Princeton, New Jersey because I like the lifestyle of living out here. I like to play golf on the weekends, and I don't like the hectic pace of a city. But you don't need to go to a city to get the best surgeons. I've been training doctors since 1996. We have a fellowship where a physician spends 1 year learning our techniques, and many of the surgeons I've trained are now practicing in New York City, in LA, in Miami. They're among the best surgeons in the country. So I've limited my practice to cosmetic surgery to treat aging in the face. So I do facelifts, I do eyes, I'll do brow lifts, I do fat transfers. I was one of the first people in the United States to really be involved with fat transfers. We started in the late 1990s. We started integrating fat transfers into facelift at a very early stage, because this often produces the most natural results. I also do injectable fillers. The injectable fillers have a nice opportunity to provide continued tweaking and improvements in patients after facelifts to get areas that facelifts don't improve, or blepharoplasties, eyelid don't improve. It's also a good way for patients to enter the practice. So a lot of times patients aren't quite ready to jump into a surgery. They want to meet a doctor, develop a relationship, see if they trust that doctor. And so injectable fillers and Botox are a nice way to begin that relationship. I think one of the greatest worries that patients have is they're going to come out looking done or weird or not like themselves. And unfortunately, that should be something that really never occurs. I've, for my entire career, focused on producing natural results. That's what all of my patients want. It's what I always promise them. They're not going to look done. And it's by choosing the results carefully, it's by really carefully assessing the potential benefits and the potential risks, and really only using techniques that I'm able to control and avoid creating problems with, that we can achieve this. One of the other things we're always trying to do is we're trying to provide value to our patients. I won't do something to a patient if I don't think that I have a very high chance of creating a very satisfied patient. We've always focused on educating patients and informing patients. I find that if a consultation provides a lot of information that is very specific to each patient's concerns, that as we go through the treatment process and recovery process, patients have a lot of confidence and do very well. Our website is oriented towards providing information. There are videos of patients that they've gone through surgery in their consultation, in the recovery period. There's a large gallery of all of our own before and after pictures. There's a lot of information about all the procedures we do, and hopefully all of this will translate into a desire for you to come in and do a consultation with us. I'm Mark Glasgold. I look forward to meeting you.